viewers, how's it going? Mama is not liking this. I'm not either, actually, but it is kind of funny. It hurts. She cut her leg. So I did first aid on her and bloody part. There's a lot more blood in the kitchen at home. She didn't want me to crazy glue it. No super glue for her, and she didn't want me to stitch it either, even though I always have like one of those little travel sewing kits. I always keep one of those in my first aid kits. Have safety pins in there too I could have used. But she thought she wanted to go to the hospital and have it looked at, so that's what we'll do. Still think I should have glued it. So, we'll see. We'll be back on the air in a minute. This is the neighboring town, about 20 kilometers away. This is the hospital. That's about the extent of it, and they're actually building a big addition on. They've expanded it 2 or 3 times in the 15, 17 years we've lived out here. So, anyway, I'll go in and see how she's doing. I dropped her off at the door and got her to check in. So, we'll see. I'm sure she'll be happy about it. But because of the confidentiality stuff, I'll shut you off in case someone else is in there.
Container box and gashed my leg on it. Oh boy.
I'm Lauren, I'm the other partners. I'll see you in a bit.
There's plenty of gauze on there.
It's gross.
And she won't put her finger in it to see how deep it is. Still wouldn't put your finger in it to see how deep it was. I did.
Well,
mine was about that deep.
Well, you're stupid. You should have got stitches.
Crazy glue. Crazy glue. We would have been done already. I got duct tape bandages in the garage.
Yep. I'm starting to think that probably would have been better.
What?
Crazy glue and duct tape bandages.
Why?
Because stitches hurt. I don't know. Did they hurt? I've never had stitches when I've been awake.
I usually don't know about them either because I crazy glue everything. Then the first needle or so is uncomfortable for freezing, but they try to do it in a way that once it's in, breaking the skin is where it hurts, and then they move it around in a way that it doesn't, you don't feel that. You won't feel that.
La 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 la. I don't want to even hear.
And then it freezes, and you won't feel any more freezing needles because it'll be frozen. Then they use a rusty fishing lure.
Yeah?
Yep. But they close the barb so it's got like a hole in it so they can tie the string to it.
Okay.
And then they pull the fishing line through with a rusty fishing hook.
Oh, okay. Yay. That's why I got the tetanus shot.
And the first one, when they pull it tight, if it tears the skin, the next one they don't tie it as tight.
They're still working with the emergency and they don't know how long it's going to be, so I told them I'm going to go home and I'll come back, I'll leave. So he's passing it on to you. Okay. Good luck.
You too.
Yeah. Still moving. The guy that cut his finger off left. Said he'll come back.
Still here.
Hmm?
How many?
How many what?
Stitches.
Oh, 9.
Oh.
9 stitches.
How many needles to freeze?
Well, 2 syringes full. And once they poke, they pull it out and then move it and then go back in, so without poking the skin multiple times.
Yeah, because those first pokes hurt.
Yeah. 8:53, 9 o'clock, so 4.5, almost 5 hours. But there's reason for that. We're in a small community. And just when we got here, they knew they had an emergency coming, an ambulance. So they actually had 2 doctors come over from the doctor's office, which is basically right next door. They're not even on call, but they were here anyway. And the doctor on call actually they transported the patient, I guess, did what they could here, and then transported the patient to Winnipeg. So, and with emergencies, you know what it's like.
It's much more important.
Yeah, the worse you are, the better you are. So,
They cleaned it enough.
they cleaned it and gave her tetanus shot, which she really liked. 9 stitches. Was a second year student, third year medical student did it. They didn't want me to videotape, but I got to watch. Amber got to squeeze my hand.
Can you feel it now?
Well, you didn't. You actually weren't. There's only 1 or 2 times you gave an extra hard squeeze. I don't blame you. But he did a really nice job. There was a guy there. He left, figured he'll come back around midnight, which is likely good because those 2 doctors are heading home. The one on call has gone to Winnipeg, so they likely have
half an hour.
They likely have a second one on call anyway. They likely have a call out, like a tree. If that one's out actively doing something, they likely have the next one to call.
She's probably going to be back within half an hour. They were just taking the patient in and
Yeah.
be coming back.
Yeah. But that's what you get. You know, the worse you are, the worse is first. The guy, one guy that came in about an hour after we did, waited for a while and a couple hours and finally went home, said he'll be back at
He kept going bothering
midnight.
at the desk with
He
me.
kept bothering them too. You know, they're busy, we knew that. You know, I've been around hospitals enough all my life that I know, you know, you're not going to get anywhere asking again and again. You know, they take priorities, and someone that has a cut is not going to be a high priority compared to someone that's maybe in heart failure or something. Yeah, he stuck his hand in his lawnmower. So, got the tip of his finger, of his middle finger. And it was about level where his index finger lines up, so it missed his other finger just strictly because he didn't stick it in far enough, I guess. But the blade, I would think it went all the way through his nail and all the way through the backside, so there's just a bit of skin on the one side holding it on.
I don't know if there's a bone there. Is there a bone there?
There is a bone there, but what they'll do if the bone is damaged or they can't put the tip back on, they'll just pull that little tip of bone out.
Gross.
Well, they do.
Sit here, stick your
Use,
finger there, we'll take it.
They use vice grips, or not vice grips. Actually, they did look like, I watched it on one of those ER shows. One of those true to life, 24 hours in the ER type thing. And the guy had taken the tip of his finger off and the bone was sticking out, so the doctor just came and grabbed it. It looked like vice grips, but it was likely those hemostat things. He just grabbed it and wiggled it around a little bit and pulled it out.
Yeah.
So that's likely what they'll end up doing, because if it got hit by a lawnmower blade, I would think there's likely a lot of dirt and grass in there. They did clean it though.
Yeah. Still look pretty dirty.
Anyway,
We're going home.
Mama's a lot better now. She's a little happier. And I'm going to have a really clean fresh water tank in my RV because I had just put the bleach in when we left. So it's been sitting for a few hours, which isn't going to hurt anything. It's just going to work out good. I was, going to have to find little things to do for a couple hours while it sat anyway. So we'll get home, have some supper,
Things like eating would have been
and
a good idea.
go out and run the chlorinated water through the taps. Drain the tank, put fresh water in, and flush all that through. And that should be it. And I can just fill it up because we might go camping tomorrow. We're not sure yet. We'll see. Anyway, take it easy. Have a good one.